Hey there, my wonderful Cancer. Come on in. Let's do your energy forecast for the week ahead. Hi there. My name is Lee Shanks, aka Intuitively, and I'm shuffling up the cards here for Cancer as we do the energy forecast for February the 11th through to the 17th. All right, so to start with, I am using the Nature's Whispers Oracle. It's going to give us our thread of energy for the entire week ahead. But even as I'm saying that, let me pause for just a moment here and wish you all a Xin Yan Heiao. So that is the Chinese way of saying Blessed New Year. I hope I pronounced it right. I probably butchered it, but at least I'm trying, right? So Xin Yan Heiao. And I hope that this year of the Wooden Dragon is a magical year for all of you. If you happen to be a fellow Wooden Dragon like I am, then I hope you have just an extra special little dose of magic this year. I definitely feel it coming in, so I want you to know that it would come in for you as well. All right? I'm no more special than you are, people. So if it's coming in for me, it's coming in for you. Ooh, look at this. We're starting off your week with the overarching energy of making decisions this week. So I do feel like this week is going to be not necessarily great, big, huge decisions. I don't feel like this is decisions. Do I stay or do I go? Do I move? Do I stay in the relationship? I don't feel like they're that earth-shattering. These are more little things about making some changes in your life and moving toward a life that feels more fulsome and fulfilling to you. That's kind of what I've got going here. And allowing those little decisions to make big changes in your life incrementally. Like, I don't feel like there's huge shifts coming in for you just this moment. I feel like these are little steps that you're taking that are going to lead to big shifts. All right, let's break your week down just a little bit further here. Okay, look at this. We're starting off the week with never-ending stories. So what story are you telling yourself here, Cancer? What story have you got that's been going on and on and on and on? No changes, right? Well, I'll tell you, there will be no changes until you make changes. And that's exactly what I was talking about with those incremental little decisions, right? So you've got a decision in front of you. It's not major. It's kind of small. But at the same time, you always know you go left. So this time I want you to go right. I want you to try something different. Now, just because I've said that, if going right intuitively feels wrong for you, don't do it. No matter what anybody tells you. If it feels intuitively right for you, that's what you do. If you feel intuitively wrong about it, you don't do it. And I don't give a shit who's telling you to do it. All right? You've got to go. And how much experience and knowledge and wisdom and, dog tags is what I call the PhDs and masters and all that after the name they have, doesn't make them able to tell you what you need to do in your life. You have to do what you feel is yours to do. All right. So with this never-ending story, I truly want you to stop doing things the same way so that you're repeating the same story. Time to change the story. Time to flip that record over there. All right, Cancer? And then toward the middle of the week, don't be surprised if it's leading to your why. The why is all about, why am I here? Why is this happening? Why are these things unfolding in my life? Why is that happening in my life, right? So a lot of the whys, a lot of those question marks coming in. And please know, this is going to sound so freaking trite, it's probably going to piss you off. But the reality is that the answers you're seeking are truly within. I can't give them to you. Joe Blow can't give them to you. Magic Mary over there can't give them to you. Your answers are within. They can all have opinions. I can have an opinion about you or what you need to do, but you need to do and answer your why your way. All right. So there are some things that you're never going to figure out. And I feel like we just have to sort of hand things over to the mystic and the magic of life sometimes. But finding out some of the whys, like, why do I do things this way? Well, when you follow that thread, sometimes you can find, okay, let me give you an example. Let me just make this really easy instead of all this convoluted blah, blah, blah. Years ago, when my kids disrespected me, I would lose my shit on them, right? I couldn't handle being disrespected. And then through my growth and my expansion and my learnings and all that, I've come to discover that when I'm triggered, that's a me issue, not a them issue. And I had to follow that thread back. So I've got this trigger of being disrespected, and I had to follow that back to see where it came from. And it came from my childhood, when I, as a sentient being, knew what I did and did not want happening with myself, and others would perpetuate other things upon me than what I wanted. I wasn't being respected. My no's weren't being respected. My boundaries weren't being respected. I learned at a very young age that I didn't have a voice, right? And so I want you to follow the threads back to discover your why. That's why I lost my shit on my kids when they disrespected me. I don't lose my shit. They still have consequences. Absolutely, there's consequences for the choices and actions they make, but I don't lose my shit anymore. I just can calmly say, okay, right? And that is not who I used to be. Not by a long shot. But that came from exploring my why. Why do I act like this? Why do I react like this? Okay, and this is you this week. And yeah, look at this. By the end of the week, just breathe. Just take a breath, Cancer. Everything's going to be okay. This is big stuff. When we start contemplating our why, especially when it's coming from that never-ending story of the same old, and then it leads us to the, but why is this happening? Why am I acting like this? What makes me do this way? It is in that quiet contemplation that we do, in fact, find the room to breathe. And I want you to remember that your entire week, that thread of energy through the whole week, is making decisions. So in this moment, when you get to breathe, know that you can make the decision to invite more of that into your life, right? Simply by following the same steps, contemplating my why, figuring things out, handing some things over to the magic of the universe and getting that I may understand it, but knowing that as I sit here and contemplate, it gives me space and grace to breathe, that I can invite more of that into my life at my will. All right. I hope this makes sense to you, Cancer. If it does, please leave me a note in the chat below. I love to get the comments from you all. I really appreciate your time. And please be back. You hit the like, share, and subscribe. Come back for, of course, your energy forecast. But please come back next Friday as I do the reveal live to show you my new studio space. Now, you can get a glimpse of it around me now. I think last week you could only just see the stained glass windows, and I've got a few things moved in since then, but so much more left to do, and I can't wait to reveal it all to you. So hit the notification button, come on board when I go live, and share that journey with me. All right? Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Intuitively signing off.